Today is a wonderfully warm autumn day, the perfect time for a masterclass on searching for a cache dedicated to a wonderful number called tau. The cache itself is named P with 3 tildes. Like any puzzle in geocaching, to find its coordinates, you first had to solve the task. I'll show a separate video there, or in any case, that's my speech. And now let's go to the place where the cache itself is located. Based on the coordinates, we know it's located on the Vit.vizual territory. Well, for this trip, we won't need any of the cars parked behind me because we're going to the cache location. On personal electric transport, but for that, I need to replace my geocaching cap. For defense, well, now we are almost ready. Let's go. Reaching the Vit.vizual territory on personal electric transport is quite easy now. Well, a beautiful bike path has been laid out in Toad Square. A unicycle allows you to ride and even record videos. Well, of course, you got to ride without being detached. It's a bit noisy, so we'll shoot the next video in VTN. Just a couple of minutes and we're already cruising through the Vit.vizual area. We'll cover a couple more kilometers and then the navigator setting will kick in. Now, to continue our search for the stash, we will definitely need a navigator to enter precise coordinates and plot a route to it through our forest or through the paths of Vit.vizual. Today, a navigator is either in a smartphone or in such a tablet. I'll be demonstrating on the tablet because it has a brighter, larger screen, or a modern Garmin navigator. Garmin, of course, is an accessory of any self-respecting geocacher who creates a new training. Well, to search, especially to ride along a trail, such a navigator is sufficient. I will use the most popular app for geocachers, which is called CGeo. I had previously saved a description of this cache called bright tildes, and now we're going to load it. And we'll change the final coordinates, calling up the description of the final coordinates and saying to use this app for its map. After we've saved that, now we can directly show where the final coordinate is located on the map. Here we can clearly see where we are now and where we need to go, just 884 meters away if you go straight through the forest. But if we follow the paths, we'll walk a bit more than 1 kilometer. The navigator indicates that we are somewhere close to the final point. To find it, if you are a lucky user, attempting to navigate the final point with a Garmin can be quite precise because it accurately shows the coordinates of the cache. In this case, it can be off by 3 to 5 meters. That is, the cache's location on the map is not a point, it's actually a rectangle. And such a navigator can make mistakes in the forest, 10 to 15 meters. Therefore, peeling in the forest, of course, you can, but it's not very efficient. Need to use the hint that always accompanies the cache. How to find it at the final coordinates. For this cache, as a hint, look inside a ruined structure. Looking around, we see there are several ruined structures in the form of concrete pillars. Well, all we can do is walk around each of them and search. Is there a cache in one of them? Let's go look. We found a destroyed object, and it very much looks like a place where something is hidden because there are stones inside this pipe. Well, let's try, Tony. Good luck, doctor. And oh joy, we actually found a cache here, pulling out this box. By the way, this is the symbol of Ukrainian geocaching. Here it stands. Well then, let's move away from this place. A random passerby, who in geocaching is called muggles. Yes, just like in Harry Potter. There are the initiated and there are the uninitiated. Let's see what's inside here. And this container, which is called Mullen by geocachers, not micro but small, because a city cache can only contain just one logbook. A lookbook is a kind of booklet or piece of paper. The geocacher who found the cache disables this event. But in this hideout, since it does have a container big enough, there are also souvenirs located here, and which can be traded. If we had brought something with us today, we could take a toy and put another one. Well, discovering such hideouts is certainly interesting with kids as they bring their toys and take others they like from here. Toys. For them, it's a process. But for a geocacher, the most important thing is to make a mark right in this container. Many neck gaiters of this size have pencils for this, but we brought a pen with us. Well, it's clear that we've already found this cache before, but nonetheless, we'll make a record. We'll make a note here about that. Found this cache for the lecture hall. About the lectern. For the lectern, and my nickname is Vit.vizual. Geocachers have their own abbreviation. In English, it sounds thanks for this cache or TFTC. I sometimes write T4TC, Teten Partuk, Teten Chichu. And we'll put the date. What's the date today? September 27th, 2021. And we'll put my usual seal that I put in some caches, which has my nickname on it. Well, now our log is made in this cache. Hence, the cache is found by us. Attributes of this container back, the most important part remains. It needs to be put back in a way that it is unnoticed. For possibly hustlers here, when there are no muggles around, we hide this container in a ruined structure and will camouflage it with stones. Well, today our geocaching adventure turned out to be successful. We are now in the forest part of the exhibition complex. This part of the forest is planted with hornbeams. The atmosphere here is absolutely wonderful. And over a cup of coffee, we discuss other mathematical secrets of the same area. But about these caches, I can tell you during a workshop that will happen soon. As part of the lecture series Science from Oyster, keep an eye on our announcements. There's still a lot to discover in geocaching,